Kali Puja is one of the main festivals of Bengali culture. In the month of Ashin and Kartik, three Shakta Pujas happen. Kali is one of them. Kali Puja is annually celebrated in the new moon of Bengali month Kartik. The puja naturally happens at midnight. This day is also celebrated as Diwali in India, the festival of light, beauty, happiness, and fortune. But among all this, Kali always stays in dark, forgotten, and forbidden. Her association with all the inauspicious things make her unacceptable to people. But still, in Bengal, she is mother. She is the mother of her children, same as Durga. She is the wife of Shiva. She loves her children and kills the demon. This journey from Kali being only available to tantrics to Bengali society and elite class, time changed so much. With that, changed Kali. Krishna Chandra Agambagis is the person who is thought to be created first Kali idol. There is no image of Kali before, and he was promised by the goddess to make the idol based on what he sees first in the morning. He saw a black servant girl in the morning and made the idol based on her. Goddess Kali is been worshipped by the tantrics for a long time. There it is seen as the process of meditations, chanting, and non-anthropogenic objects. The Kali image was described in the tantric meditations, where she is all decorated with tantric objects like human skull, dead bodies, etc. The tantric instruments were also the same as they used: skull, dead bodies, blood, alcohol, etc. Kali was always worshipped by tantrics and was not worshipped by normal public. There were no images of Kali and also no rituals. The rise of Kali Puja in Bengal is the result of Vaishnavism in the Bengal, and the counteract Vaishnavism, the Shaktism came into view and to the masses of Bengal. Due to the rise of Vaishnavism by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the worshipping of Krishna is increased a lot, and the Shakta worship was less popular, as the Bengali aristocracy is closely tied with the Shakta worship, that they fear their grip of losing from the public. From their grants and enforcements, the Shakta Puja had a rebirth. They gave money to some scholars to write various Kali texts and made a lot of temples of Kali. Among them, one is Raja Krishna Chandra from Nodia, who gave order to the public as he told everyone to worship Kali. Otherwise, they will face serious consequences. This gave rise to early Kali temples in Bengal, which led to anthropogenic image worshipping of Kali. Because therefore, that is the thought that meditations and chanting is superior kind of worship and image worship is very low kind of worshipping. The Tantra meditations are one form which known about Kali as first goddess. The description of Kali in the meditations was very different from what we see today. This is Kali, which was naked and had very long tongue. She was drunk and she had corpses in her body, the child corpses in her ears, and human heads as a necklace, and hands as a skirt. She was seated on Shiva parallelly and was enjoying intercourse, which is called Biparitarati. But when the images were made by zamindars, they were not made like that. Kali was standing and didn't had child corpses as her earrings. The face was scary but wasn't as scary as it is described in the meditations. She was wearing sari and all her body was covered with jewelries of gold. Why the reverse sexual intercourse was removed from the image is a tough question. In Tantra traditions, it is seen that intercourse or the connection between male and female is very important and is the material of worshipping. But when becoming Shakta traditions, it was changed completely, as it was worshipping of the goddess herself, not the worshipping or the intercourse. Tantrism is naturally very esoteric. It has various esoteric rituals. As being connected with tantric rituals, Kali is often sexualized, and to remove any connection with tantric rituals, people have tried a lot. They changed every element of tantric rituals from Kali. They removed alcohol, intercourse, dripping blood, nakedness, etc. Due to regular invasion in Bengal, Bengal was very vulnerable in this stage of the time, as it had Islamic invaders, Maratha invaders, and British invaders, which made the economy of Bengal very weak and the life of people of Bengal very hopeless, which gave rise to the worshipping of the goddess, as this gave a hope for people to worship. So there stated many folk tales of Kali which were non-Brahmanical in nature, and people can use this to recite and worship the goddess without knowing various mantras and rituals. The new texts were written in Bengali, which was about Kali, like Kalika Mongol Kabbo and Chondi Mongol Kabbo, where Kali was not very prominent in the beginning age of the text. She was there as a side character, but as the time passed and the people of Bengal became very hopeless, the Kali was being included in the text heavily, where she is coming and giving boons and telling people to worship her. The sudden rise of Vaishnavism had a huge effect on Shaktism in Bengal, where people leaned heavily on the worship of Krishna, as the processes were very easy to worship Krishna and the opportunity to worship for normal public was very easy. This made the aristocratic Bengali Shakta population not very happy. They started taking action against Vaishnavism. They made texts which were like poems that are made by Vaishnavas. They used the Krishna Rasa in Kali worshipping also. The Rasa and love between Radha and Krishna is transferred to the Kali and her devotees, which symbolize the human and God relationship. They made the image of Kali on the basis of Radha, which was very feminine and mother-like. She is now the loving mother and loves her children and plays with them. She plays with her kids and makes jokes with them and try to entertain them. The mantras and chanting and meditations which were needed for the worship were not needed anymore, because Kali was being worshipped with songs and poems by her kids. Kali is made as Trivanga like Krishna, as she was bent in 3 areas. The rise of Shaktism in Bengali population in the Middle Ages is very much power-seeking behavior. The aristocratic Bengali people didn't want to lose their power and influence over people of Bengal, which they feared because of the immense popularity of Vaishnavism and Chaitanya. Mainly there were not division between castes to worship in Vaishnavism, but the Kali was secured only for the aristocratic people. So they tried to popularize with motherly emotion and love. This was the history of Kali Puja in Bengal. Kali, being the mother of her kids, is still worshipped by her followers everywhere.